Hello, how are we? Welcome to another edition of At Up the Reds with me, Andy Canbay. So, 2023 is soon going to be disappearing from us, and we will be going into 2024 with a home game against Newcastle United, which is the late kickoff on Monday evening. Today's Friday, the 29th, so Jurgen's had his press conference. Really interesting press conference from him. Asked questions about injuries. He said Maka is back in training, but we will see how he goes on. That's Alex McAllister, which was really nice to see. Robbo's still out with his shoulder, Dope's still out, and obviously Thiago and Stefan are out, and obviously Matip we won't see again this season. So I was asked a question about this time last year we were in 6th place, 15 points off the top. Now, well, obviously, we're 15 points better off, and we're top of the league after yesterday's win by West Ham. That gives us a 2-point cushion against our nearest rivals, which are Arsenal. Was I expecting that result? Well, it's the Premier League. Anything can happen in the Premier League. Anybody can beat anybody. It depends on what time of the year it is. Was asked about what's improved with the team in the first half of the season, and he went that he's seen a massive improvement by the players in their counter-attacking and counter-pressing as well. He's saying, things are happening at the top now, that more understanding. Things happening in the middle of the park, and he's quite happy with how the back are performing with 2 injuries to both of the left backs at the club. He was quite happy. Although he didn't show it, but I think inside he will be really happy and how this team is developing in this moment in time. And I have to say, having a look at that, it does bode well for the second half of the season. Yeah, we've got a toughie against Newcastle. They're coming to us on the back of 7 defeats. 6 defeats or 7 defeats from 8 or 6 games? So they'll be coming to prove a point. They've had virtually the same rest time as we have. So they'll be coming to Anfield trying to get a positive result. Eddie Howe only plays one way, and that's attacking. Doesn't have a defensive mindset in him. He will always do the counter-attacking, use the pace of his midfielders and the full-backs. Just have to say, he also said that, look, Newcastle have played as many games as us in over 13, 14 days. Just on that note, and I did see, or somebody threw a stat at me about Endo. He's played 5 games in 13 days or something like that. I mean, that is some stat. And he also said that that's the first time that any player has done that since 2006. So that is amazing for a 30-year-old who's coming to the Premier League in the twilight of his footballing career. And I have to say, he's not let us down, really. I thought he was very good against Burnley and the previous game as well. So he's coming to his own, and he's held his position down, and he's knitted that midfield, whoever comes in and plays next to him. So well done to him. So, but yeah, Jurgen also said that the team is still progressing, still learning to play with each other, but he's quite happy how that is happening. He was asked about Diego Jota coming back. Very interesting. He said he was very pleased that he was back. He's an important member of the squad, and he said he has a very smart footballing brain. Now, I have to agree with him that he probably has, out of Nunez and Diaz, Mo probably is, and Mo as well. He said he can head, shoot with both feet, score with both feet. So, yeah, it was nice to see him back and nice to give him a praise. Do I think he'll start on Monday? I'm not quite so sure. So, but yeah, he was very pleased that Diogo was back training and got a goal, against Burnley on Boxing Day. Mongiorno asked him about the VAR, and he quickly said, if I make a comment about VAR, it will be written, Klopp said. And the journo said, no, I'm not asking you for that. He's saying, is it time to get rid of VAR? And he went, no, not time to get rid of it, but to use it in a better way. So don't take it away, but it's got to be used in a better way. And the headlines to tomorrow's papers will probably say what Klopp has said. Klopp said this, and turn it into a massive negative. So just want to put that out there. That's not what he said at all. What he wants it to be done better, and we can all agree on that. Me personally, I want VAR out because I did mention in my last video that when we played West Ham, I said that we played them in the Europa Cup. Sorry, it was the Carabao Cup. I said that nobody missed VAR there, although the pundits were talking about it. If VAR was here, this is what would have happened. Now, I don't know whether it comes into the semi-finals in that competition and the final. I think it does come in the final. I'm not so sure about the semi-finals. But yeah, and I enjoyed watching that game against West Ham, and I'm sure many of you lot would have done as well. Enjoyed that game without having to think, oh, what's going on? Let's just take the referee's decision, whether he gets it right or wrong. We move on. There's a game of football to be played. So that was really interesting. So my team are against Newcastle would be obviously Ali, Trent, Joey left back. Konate will probably come back in for Jarell Kwanzaa. Virgil will lead the team. Midfield, Endo, Slobberslai and Curtis Jones, and up front will be Nunez on the left, Gakpo and Mo on the right. I'd probably get a couple of those decisions wrong. Depends how training goes over the next 2 days, and we don't get any setbacks, etc. But we'll see. We'll see what Jurgen picks out. So Newcastle will, as I say, will be coming to Anfield. Try and do us. They said, I listened to Eddie Howe's presser today. He said that they've been unlucky in their games, that they've played well and ended up losing. But I see a very tiring Newcastle team in the matches that I've watched them play. They start off at 100 miles an hour, and then as the game progresses, they just whittle out of steam. That's because they're not used to have played all those extra games last year. And going into the Champions League this year, they're already out of a couple of competitions. Will I see them regrouping second half of the season? It depends on who they bring in the January window. So just talking about the January window, by the way, I don't know if we will have anybody coming in or not, but I've seen that little rumour that's going about Bobby Firmino. He's looking to get away from the Saudi League. He's not played since October. He struggled to get into the team, or he's had a few minutes. Would I take him back at Anfield on a loan? I probably would. You know, it would be a no-brainer for me. You know, for him coming back to us for 6 months and then possibly going back to Saudi and then getting a transfer into Europe or whatever. But I know there might be some clubs in the Premier League sniffing about him, but I'd just get him back. He knows how Jurgen's style of play is. The only issue is that he would have to come up. Fitness-wise, there wouldn't be an issue, I don't think, but footballing-wise, fitness, he would probably have to come up to speed. It's only my own thoughts on that. Just let me know what you guys think. Smash us a like, share this video, and subscribe. But yeah, send me a comment, and I'll read it out. You know, on the next one I do here. But yeah, do we need left back cover? There was also mention of the young American left back that plays for Fulham. Looking at bringing him in, but would that be to come in for contention for Robbo or Simicast? I'm not so sure, but yeah. We can't really rely on Joe to keep playing, although he's having a great season since he's come into the team, Joey Gomez. But you know, we can't afford for him to slip up in that position because it's not his natural position, although he makes it look like it is. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So we do lose Mo and Endo in the respective Asia and African nation cups in January. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Right, I'm going to go now. I'm having a beer because I am not finishing. I'm not back in work until the 2nd, and yeah, so I just want to wish you guys all the best for New Year, okay? And let's hope we have a good 2024. Up the Reds. Cheers, guys.